You think I'll let you zone?
Baka.
We start our story with the protag Ren, who stumbles upon a girl unconscious under a bridge mumbling that she's hungry. Ren thinks she might be a vampire but questions if she's the real thing. He then decides to give her some blood. At Ren's apartment, the vampire introduces herself as Shermie, and she wants to repay his kindness but wonders if he's a samurai. Ren says he's not, just a regular guy who lives by himself. Although Ren apologizes for the messy place, Shermie is only thinking about her next meal because Ren is the perfect human for a growing vampire. Ren doesn't like that she's drooling all over the place because of him while talking. Shermie tells Ren that since humans are food for vampires, they've learned to butter them up and help the human out when they decide to partner up with one. So what does Ren want her to do for him? There isn't really anything he wants from Shermie, but Shermie decides to give him a massage instead since she sees his circulation is very poor currently. Ren doesn't like the idea so much because he just met her and now Shermie wants to touch his body. Shermie pleads with him, so he relents. While Shermie reads up on the correct process, she says Ren is huge and Ren says it's a pain in his ass as he's 208 centimeters or about 6'8", so everyone sees him as a giant. Shermie asks if he can feel her and Ren says it tickles. Turns out she's too small for him, so she has to use her feet and body weight for the massage even though it makes her look like a child. After the massage, Shermie tells Ren that he's the nicest human in the world and he has a lot of blood, not to mention it's tasty as well. Ren has never been complimented like that before, but wonders what his blood tastes like to a vampire. Shermie says Ren's blood tastes like a very rich and spicy flavor with a cool aftertaste, and Ren is surprised at how he tastes. Shermie decides to cook because she can't be the only one who gets to eat, but Ren finds out that she can't cook a lick and just makes a mess, which makes her cry because she can't repay him at all. Ren asks why she was under the bridge and Shermie says that the vampire world is very strict with rules and has no place for screw-ups because she can't even suck blood properly. That's why she was alone under the bridge and asked why life had to be so hard. Ren guesses humans and vampires can have rough lives too, to make them feel like outcasts, so he'll let Shermie stay with them for a bit because she doesn't seem like a bad girl. Ren will go and get the bath ready for her, and Shermie is so relieved that she doesn't have to live in trash anymore that she starts crying. After the bath, since she didn't have any clothes, she made a dress out of one of Ren's shirts. Next, Shermie decides to make Ren breakfast before he wakes up, since most times vampires watch over their human partners at night while they sleep during the day. She doesn't get why human food is complicated or why it has to be cooked to be eaten most of the time, but she makes Ren toast, a cup of ramen, and shredded veggies for breakfast. Shermie wants to be a useful vampire for Ren that she daydreams of being praised by him, so she goes to wake him up only for her plans to be ruined by an alarm clock. So she tries to kill it by making it sit in the sun. While eating his toast, Ren notices that his place is pretty clean and Shermie says while he was sleeping, she cleaned the place. Ren gives her head pats on a good job done. Then Ren heads off to work while Shermie goes to sleep for a few hours, but doesn't have a bed so she makes one out of cardboard and duct tape. She sleeps for a few hours until the afternoon. After waking up and getting dressed, she checks to see if the laundry's done drying and is glad that Ren's apartment doesn't get so much sun in the afternoon. She loves the smell of Ren's clothes being sun-baked with his scent that sends her over the edge because she's hungry now. She just had some blood yesterday but doesn't want to be seen as a glutton who can't control themselves, but tells herself that she'll only have 2 mouthfuls this time when Ren gets home. Unfortunately, Shermie can't control herself, and by the time Ren gets home, she mounts him and says it's his fault for having such delicious blood and eats her fill. At the end of the episode, Shermie apologizes that she couldn't control herself, while Ren says it was his fault for coming home late. Then he decides to get both of them cell phones. Later we see Ren home and tells Shermie that since he finished work up for the week, he doesn't have anything to do for his day off. And Shermie celebrates because they haven't done anything together in a while. Ren suggests they go shopping, tells Shermie to wear something else instead of her vampire clothes because she would stand out. Unfortunately, she doesn't have anything but really wants to go, so Ren gives her a blanket to wear while they're out. They decide to go to the supermarket because it stays pretty much open 24/7. While shopping, Shermie is in awe at how systematic and efficient humans are with food, as vampires don't have that at all, but it's thanks to that Shermie has met Ren and she cuddles him in front of everyone. They stop by the meat department and Shermie sees the meat and tries to take home a ton for Ren to eat so he can make more blood for her to eat, but he says he can't eat all that. She sniffs garlic in one of the meat packages and thinks it's a trap for vampires. Shermie says garlic is like a slow poison that paralyzes and kills a vampire. That being said, Ren is reminded of pufferfish poison for some reason. Ren tells Shermie since they can't go to a clothing shop right now that she has to make do with the cheap clothes at the supermarket. She thinks it should be easy since she's small, but not around her chest as most of the shirt sizes are too small for her. Ren knows that pain as he has to wear 5L shirts. Shermie decides to wear a loose tank top with a zipper hoodie. While they check out, the clerk tells Ren to be careful when walking around with a young girl because she's so small and he doesn't look like a family member. Shuri decides to say that they're lovers and Ren runs off with her because it would be too hard to explain properly. Shuri laughs for the first time in a while because she's never had this much fun before. Shuri wants to take another way home to see what else they can find. And we see in the distance someone who knows Ren wonders who that girl dragging him around is.